Good morning, guys. Theo here, Uncommon Sense. It's around 4:30 in the morning here in Sweden, but I wanted to get up and record and post this video as fast as possible in hopes that some Americans get to see it. By the way, the sun is beautiful there in the background, all red in the morning. Very healing light, important to get the morning sunlight, you guys. But so, I wanted to comment on Cole's recent low protein, high fat diet that he's been promoting. He's been promoting the keto snack diet and actually doing actual keto by going low enough on the protein, right, so that you stay in ketosis all the time. And I have no issues with this diet, especially when it comes to weight loss. I've said in another video that when I commented on the snack diet, because I of course promote more of a lower eating frequency, but I even said that if the keto snacking is what manages, what helps you manage to transition into a healthier lifestyle and lose weight, then I'm all for it. Just because I like a lower eating frequency, it's not the end-all be-all. The quality of the foods and how it works for you, that's more important in the end. But now he put out a video, well, I guess yesterday for me, but in the day for you guys, about how a low protein, high fat diet supposedly is the best natural bodybuilding diet. And this is just the dumbest thing I ever heard, and I'm surprised to see Cole promote this. I know he's flip-flopped and changed his mind a bunch of times, but it's one thing though, when you're new to something, for instance, and you think something and you promote that heavily, and then you come upon something like, oh, you know what, I was wrong, actually change your mind, and that it's kind of just his way of communicating, making things very black and white, because a lot of fatties, they don't need the nuance. Can I have this? Can I eat this on the fast? They just need to know, just don't fucking eat fatty, even to a certain person it might be some nuance there. You see, I see that's kind of his way of teaching things too, but now he's claiming that it's the best natural bodybuilding diet, and this just is not true in my own experience at all. Like, it doesn't make sense on the face of it. Like, look, I'm not the guy that thinks you need to go super high on the carbs, that you should go super high carb and high protein and then low fat. Not really. Like, my own diet is quite, like, for the amount of calories I consume, it's quite moderate carb, I guess. And the protein is high, definitely. But the funny thing, always when you say high protein and low protein, it's always compared to this, how many grams of protein per kilo body weight is the best for building muscle, basically. But so it counts as 2 grams. 2 grams per kilo body weight, or 1 gram per pound, basically. That counts as high protein, and I probably eat more than that, but it's just because I eat a lot of animal foods. It just kind of ends up happening that way then. But then I also eat moderate fat. I don't really try to go very low on the fat. I just don't add much extra fat to my diet, but I have some semi-fatty meat and stuff. I have the eggs, I have the Greek yogurt, and so I get my fat, But okay, look, in my experience, carbs. So what I wanted to say there is not that I think that you need to do the classic bodybuilding diet and eat chicken, rice, broccoli, and just slam a bunch of carbs and as little fat as possible. No, absolutely not. The fat is anabolic, and it is, cholesterol is the basis for basically all hormones and testosterone, so definitely important. But the carbs, though, they activate the growth pathways in the body apart from just, filling your muscles up with water and glycogen so you have more energy to exert on your training. It is it gives the biggest insulin response, right? And I got into it with in the comments with a guy that also followed this channel. So, I'm just talking with you, just, I always think that's annoying in text. If you're a little, fast in your pace with writing, you might come off as like angry or arguing, but you're really just talking, making points, But he said that, yeah, insulin is, gives an anabolic response, but not necessarily specifically to muscle. Okay, but not necessarily against that, not that, because, there's a bunch of bodybuilders that sure like to inject insulin and claim it helps them build muscle, right? I really think so, and it's even a point I did in a video with my buddy Sim here or in the podcast when we talked about prolonged fasting as a steroid, that fasting and reintroducing food, we didn't specifically say carbs, of course, but we meant carbs too. That doing a long fast, you're now much more insulin sensitive. Using that to eat high quality foods and carbs, among other things, will actually might enable you to make even more gains that way. And so I just say my personal experience here at the end, that I've been on keto for like 5 months, the longest. I of course didn't go very low on the protein, but I know that I was in ketosis many times during. I was very active too, and I did check in on it, and I could feel the keto hit and that. But I just know also that. The thing was, I had been cutting early on my own fitness journey, and I did it with the low carb because that's the only time I had ever lost weight before this, entering this lifestyle. That's how I did it. To me, it was just an easy way to lose weight. I just removed the carbs kind of, and I go on more walks, and I kind of, when I didn't look to get ripped like that, that was always enough. And so I lost weight even the other time around with the keto, and then I kind of just automatically kept doing it when I started going to the gym, when I was going to start bulking. It's a little hard sometimes. You've been doing something and you're like, am I abandoning this now? But as soon as I started eating the carbs again, I could basically just take every exercise in the gym and like, okay, move up one notch with everything, and the results just started exploding. And it's also what I've seen, because I know quite a few people that are into a similar lifestyle as me, right? It's been the thing too for everyone that's done the carnivore and like that. When I've told them you need to add in the carbs again, if you want to get jacked, bro, add in the carbs. I promise you it's not. And that's, I guess this is the point I can kind of conclude this video, that I don't think you must eat carbs to build muscle, but I think it's far superior, and that's why I think it's very stupid to put out that a high protein, high fat, low protein diet would be best for it. It's just not true. And in the video I watched it, I got no really good argument why it would be better for building muscle. I guess he claimed that all the cholesterol from the fat, but yeah, the cholesterol is important and misunderstood, but I don't think that's the same that you're saying that slamming a bunch of fat is great for building muscle. Like, yeah, you need the fats too. If you go low on the fat, that's not going to be good for you. But the carbs are anabolic. They're both going to make you perform better, and they are anabolic, triggering growth responses or processes in the body in and of themselves, So that's my whole thing. Yeah. I think you could build muscle with lower carbs. I think it would be more difficult. And why? Just why? It's also the final thing. It's not even enjoyable. If you had to, like me, I don't necessarily eat the exact same amount of calories every day, but let's say between 3,000 and 4,000 right now. I move a lot in the summer, and that I'd have to eat hundreds of grams in just fat. That's not nice, trying to put on muscle, just pour more oil into it, no thank you. So both with myself and with everyone else, and just the uncommon sense path, I don't get this together. I'll say this too, that I think low protein, I think you can probably still build muscle on it. Again, I question if it's the most optimal. It's not necessarily the more protein, the more muscle you build. We know that the body can't even utilize. Probably when you go above this 2 grams per kilo body weight or 1 gram per pound, probably the body won't be able to use it much more for building muscle after that point, but it will convert it into glycogen via gluconeogenesis too. So it's basically just like extra carb loading, but I guess in the video, Cole didn't really, I say final point several times, so I guess I had more thoughts about it than I thought, but he doesn't really make any good points about why it would be bodybuilding, the best bodybuilding, not body shrinking, not getting shredded, building muscle. It's a thing with a high fat and cholesterol, but Cole, post physique, bro. It's like, show the results if it's so great for building muscle. You surely, since you claim this, and you already are quite a strong lifter, surely now that you say it's the best natural bodybuilding diet, you've put on a bunch of extra lean mass or otherwise I can't imagine you would promote this. So post physique, bro. Post and show that you gain so much more muscle with this, because I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And I think, you know, he's gonna. I have no idea why. Sometimes he promotes something and does it himself to make the fatties do it, you know. But this, I just can't really understand why he does it. It's like, yeah, you stay shredded. You know, you put on lean mass only. There, you know, these lies, because you can get fat eating a keto diet. There's nothing magic about it. It's just more difficult, but it's not that you can't get fat. And also, that's not the point with bodybuilding. You can, by the way, you can lean bulk eating carbs. I'm kind of doing that right now. I'm eating like my maintenance or slightly above with carbs. I don't really get fatter at all. So I move a lot. It's the good carbs, healthy foods. But also, staying shredded is not the point with bodybuilding, and putting on a little bit of fat as you bulk, there's nothing wrong with that. And in fact, if you like doing fasting like I do, just for the sake of fasting, not that I have to lose weight because I got too fat, then you want to put on a bit of fat too. So it's both the points. You don't have to put on fat when bulking, a bunch of fat just because it's carbs. It's nothing magical about carbs. If anything, it's easier for the body to store fat as body fat because it's already fat. It doesn't have to be converted like that, like the glycogen would be. So it's pure bullshit that you would have to get fat when you bulk just because you eat carbs. But it's also, it doesn't matter. It's not supposed to matter when you do bodybuilding. Bodybuilding, if you put on a little bit of fat, that's great. That means you're eating enough, you know, as long as the numbers go up on your exercises in the gym too, right? And then you just cut a bit. And if you enjoy the fasting, you actually enjoy having a bit more fat to do it. So, yeah, now I am done with the video. I don't agree at all. You know, I'm not mad at Cole or anything. This is the thing. I made some comments on the video before going to bed. And, you know, some fanboys will inevitably show up when you criticize their internet daddy, and it's more about protecting daddy, you know, than getting to the truth. Because I'm not attacking Cole with this, you know. I'm responding to his point. This is what grown men do, you know. We don't sit and hug each other and be like, yeah, I always agree, even when I don't, kind of thing. We want to talk about and start discussions about things and get to the truth. That's what I care about. So, not, you know, I'm still grateful for Cole opening up my eyes to the fasting and his kind of attitude of not giving a fucking shit and going your own way, and that basically everything mainstream is a lie. I do appreciate him for that. I do not appreciate this low protein, high fat diet. That's a great weight loss diet, but definitely not the best natural bodybuilding diet. So please, guys, leave your comment. What do you think? Why does Cole promote this? What's your experience with this? Mine is for sure that carbs are best for building muscle. Please let me know your thoughts, and please like. All comments and likes help support the channel, so it's very much appreciated. Please subscribe for more content about fitness, fasting, losing weight, building muscle, self-improvement, stoicism, philosophy, uncommon sense takes on every little subject life could offer. Okay, guys, I will see you later. Eat carbs and get jacked, boys and girls. Peace.